Really don't. You really don't.
Really do not.
That's going to be a really rough Samus Lucina, I think.
But they got to travel across the world. I believe Japan's 9-10 hours difference. It's some ungodly amount of difference.
Right. I mean, it helps at least we're on the West Coast of the North American continent, right?
Well, yeah, so is it lower? Maybe I'm making up. Chat,
well, no, I think the 9 to 10 hours is the lower end, is what I'm saying. Because the rest of because, you know, a lot of people are trying to go to Kagurimi, right? It's the big, huge thing coming up. And so, as a result, a lot of people are like, oh, let me check flight prices, let me check, you know, flight times and stuff. And if you're not West Coast, it is absurd.
Yeah,
I picked the worst time to move away from the PNW.
Right, yeah. It's.
I would love to be here.
There's probably no directs, right?
Yeah,
because at least Seattle, you've got directs.
Exactly. But now I'm in Texas. Now I got to deal with Bam. You want to drop 1K?
Are people in chat excited for that? I think what is going to be, I think it's safe to say, the most stacked event of all time for this game, and probably what is the twilight era of the game. Yeah. Safe to say.
It's definitely the same ballpark of EVO 2019 at the very least. We thought that was the Goliath that was unconquerable. I remember back when we were hyping up Port 8 a lot, we were like, oh, we're in the same range as EVO 2019, but we were still not quite there. We're close.
I think this, it would appear that this event is going to be, because like there's never been a true let's all go to Japan movement. And now I'm seeing players mid-regional talent in the Seattle area who like have never traveled to the East Coast, and now they're going to Japan. So like if that's, and we're just in Seattle, if it's happening all over the country, it's going to be crazy.
It's just the place to be. We have people in chat being like, I didn't know I had access to Japan like that. I'm PNW.
The PNW is goated in many respects. Our natural beauty, all of our amazing ethnic food, just the opportunities out here, and it's just really cool and awesome, the music scene, but also, putting all that aside, access to Japan.
There you go.
Easy access to Japan.
In a relative American sense, unless you're Hawaii, I guess, which I think might be closer.
Right, Hawaii, definitely.
If you're mainland, you know, North America, PNW is the place to be. Or I guess Cali, too. Cali's fine. Gets the top done.
But, you know, as a born and raised PNW, I'll always stand hard for PNW.
For sure. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing the Steve. I'm seeing the Pac-Man. So, yeah, I think we're looking at Zero Suit Pac-Man versus Steve. We're seeing Opsine and Steve. There's no way.
Steve. All Steve.
All Steve. Oh,
let's have, you know what, low-key, though?
Hey.
Wouldn't imagine if just 4 Steves on the screen.
I don't think I have to imagine.
You don't have to imagine.
I think I've seen it before.
I've actually never seen it. In your nightmares?
In my nightmares.
Chat, do you guys want 4 Steves on the screen? Be real. Like, give me a 1 in the chat if you want to see 4 Steves.
There's no way. If I see any ones, I'm banning you. I don't even have the power to ban you, but I'm banning you.
You know what? There's going to be at least one person. There's a couple.
They're quite. Wow. You guys are all sick. I'm so sorry.
There's going to be like 3 people.
I'm so sorry for all 3 of you that actually wants to see 4 Steves. But what we are seeing is the Donkey Kong.
Yes, I love Donkey Kong. Let me get some 2s in the chat for Donkey Kong. There's going to be a flood of 2s. Love this character. Hype as hell. Let's see where we get started.
Zissou and Pac-Man coming out from Opsine and pacstreet as expected. Of course, a on the Steve as well. But Raru with the DK, making himself to be, you know, app combo food, especially for someone like ZSS who wants to ladder you to the top and take you out with that up special. But hey, I mean, if you have a teammate that could potentially save you, assuming Steve isn't too busy mining in the corner by himself, can make something work.
Cool. Nice little ledge situation there, escaping, and Donkey Kong just maintaining center stage there, charging up Donkey Kong punch, and trying to let it rip there, but getting interrupted by some fruit.
That's right. I mean, Pac-Man's brought the entire, you know, farmer's market to play right now. Forward smash to hopefully catch either one of Raru or a cola from pacstreet. Neither quite end up connecting here. Ooh, the Hydrant Snipe almost hitting the Elytra recovery. My goodness, pacstreet's out for blood on a cola right now.
Looking for a situation here to, what a, like, I just wouldn't even think that as an option for DK there. But just having no fear and being able to just not bash through that wall of blocks and take that stock from pacstreet.
Yeah, go straight for the up air and clip it pacstreet through, becoming first blood right there. But Opsine able to kill a cola off the top. This is pretty big here. Opsine and pacstreet have been keeping this relatively even so far. Now Opsine again on the hunt for the kill, hungry for this Raru decimation. Can he get it?
And we're seeing kind of that stock tank situation here. Almost at 200%, finally taking him out.
It's bloodbath.
and we're pretty much evened up here, combo.
Yeah, you're very right here, Goose. I think a big thing is that Opsine's probably not very happy about just kind of not paying attention for just a few seconds, getting immediately clipped by Steve and going down.
Yeah.
I think he was like really looking to build a solid lead here and kind of inch towards the stock tankiness, right? Because ZSS can live, right? You got maneuverability, just keep people with things like stun gun, use your down B to stay alive, and clip people with these ladder combos and just keep them stun locked in the cutscene. But none of that's going to play out the way you wanted it to because a was there.
Right, and Opsine putting on a clinic here of just being able to combo DK forever, but now it's back into neutral here in the center of stage, and the back airs are coming out, and you're eating that up smash. The hydrant!
Okay.
The punch into the hydrant water!
Doesn't matter because the up tilt's going to take it here, and now we're starting to see a build, a lead built here, right, Goose? It's a little tough for Team Canada right now. Up against Team Japan, but they're doing their best to try Naya. That's a solid jumper right there, and that backer is actually end up taking a stocky for a throws out the bell after catching it from pacstreet. We only have 1 and 2s of them on a as well. In the meantime, pacstreet handling Raru by himself in the corner. This is big here for Canada, Goose.
Yeah, 100%. Being able to take those one-on-ones is so key when you're behind and actually make something happen for your team. Now we're essentially dead even. When we're going to either side of the screen, it's basically one-on-ones. We're not having as much of a scramble, but the raw up smash taking so much damage off of pacstreet's HP bar.
What a jump catch right there into the anvil too. pacstreet could not play the game. As pacstreet goes down, Opsine has to deal with a 1v2 up against a and Raru here. Steve and DK with Diamond on live at that. Like, you can only space out with Zare for so long. Opsine lands a back throw, gets an up to connect here well, and a 102%, but do you think he could take this stop in time, Goose?
I really don't, and I really don't like when you think about 2v1 characters. Like Ness comes to mind, but there's some characters who are really good at it. ZSS is absolutely not one of those. Small, finicky, precise hitboxes, really good ability to obviously combo and dominate in advantage state. But when you have 2 characters on the screen, all that kind of becomes a bit of a moot point.
Yeah. Now you're stuck in disadvantage perpetually, right? Because if you're able to make it past the wall of DK, you got Steve sitting in the back who can just send you anywhere at a moment's notice.
Yeah, and we saw that verticalization just wall of the anvil coming in and just stealing stocks away so early. If you're not ready to DI that properly and you're just getting hit and you're up a little bit in the air and all of a sudden you're dead at like 110 when you shouldn't be.
It's tough. Opsine and pacstreet both put on a great, fantastic first game right there. Yeah. Only letting that kind of that evenness slip away towards the end. Then there was a fight back too. There was a roar of defiance, right? And they were trying to keep it even, but then pacstreet got stun locked. Yeah. Genuinely stunned, could not play the game. Whether it be the rando hit up smash and then try to drift back to stage and getting hit with the anvil, that had changed everything. Otherwise, Canada was keeping up.
And yeah, and you have to be able to, as pacstreet, like, you are effectively going to be more of the stock tank of the two, right? Because, I mean, ZSS has mobility to survive, but, I mean, literally weighs as much as a feather, just explodes at very low percent.
There's one little oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, and if you can't survive those a bit longer than getting to 80, 90, 100%, you're going to be in for a rough state here. But let's see what happens in game 2.
For sure. One little unique interaction I wanted to talk about quickly was, you know how Steve's going to set a bunch of blocks off stage and kind of in this diagonal order try to stop you from getting the ledge, right? We saw Pac-Man throw a bell, and the bell kind of laddered up the blocks back onto stage. So I believe it was counts connecting with each block as a hit, and it was kind of just kept being pushed along. Very curious, and I wonder if that's going to come into play in the rest of this set. But
did you see that grab off the water hydrant grab? It was like a slide into the grab. Oh, man. I love Pac-Man hydrant. Love it or hate it, man. It does. It
changes the game. It changes the game.
It really
truly. Oh my goodness, and one way or another, everyone's going to be dealing with the pain trade. As you see, Opsine already at 71% of cola, of course, keeping themselves the safest as Steve does get that forward air spike into the up tilt. We have Galaxian in hand here for pacstreet as Opsine gets a cola off, and meanwhile, Raru just in center stage throwing out these massive hitboxes, Goose. It is a whirlwind.
And when you're on this stage, you don't have a lot of room to hide or really set up much of anything, so it's going to be really, really scrappy here.
Oh, no! Opsine tries to challenge a cola on their way down, but getting slammed by the anvil, as you do when you're up against the character like Steve. It's tough, and that, as you said, first blood Opsine's gonna go down. Oh, pacstreet with the recovery gets that stage spike on Raru though.
What are we? We're going down to downtown. pacstreet saying, I've got a I've got a pizza to pick up from the door. I'm out of here for a second.
Yeah.
But now,
not what you want to see if you're Team Canada here, but hey, cola at 106%. Opsine trying to get that roll read there with that back here to get things started, but Raru's going to fight both of them at a disadvantage as cola returns to mining here, having only iron tools, but definitely looking for that diamond.
and now we're back into some one-on-one scenarios. As I say that, just turning from fighting in the Pac-Man into just destroying the ZSS off the side with that fair. Super, super easy early stock.
Ooh. Yeah, cola still at 3 stocks now, and using that down smash to get rid of pacstreet as well. Both Opsine and pacstreet only at 1 stock apiece. But one thing to note is that this is best of 5, so they are not on their last line of defense just yet. This game is looking rough, though. Raru at 137% that second stock. If they can take that stock early and quickly, the powered minecart's going to do it, Goose.
And yeah, a little bit of a ping-pong action there to deal out with that DK. Looking for the uppie. The uppies have been working, dealing actually a lot of damage, not really getting punished there, so maybe that was the thought process. But right now we're getting, you know, other than our Steve over here just mining away.
It's a lot of scrapping here. Raru's playing the bodyguard and the DK being like, nah, he's busy. The CEO is busy, I'll take the meeting for you. And here we go. Now we're trying to get some cherry to clip out Raru's return to stage, but it's going to end up connecting with the ZSS side B. Oh, no, we are blowing up on the left side of the street. pacstreet goes down yet again.
And they're both going out there.
Oh,
so aggressive. Yeah, just.
And Acola had, oh, it's not BO5.
Okay, sorry, Chad.
Our bad. The overlay had me confused.
Yeah, the overlay tricked us all.
It said BO5. I was like, wow, we are progressing through pools fast. No. That was a simple, solemn best of 3. My heart goes out to Team Canada. My apologies, chat, for getting you guys' hopes up. It is indeed going to be a best of 3.
Yeah, that was pretty. I was ready for a game 3 there, and for the, you know, maybe Team Canada start a narrative, start a story.
But it seems like, as I'm seeing with a lot of the Japanese players especially, right, very strong starts from the international competition up against Japan in Game 1, but by the time we were approaching the end of Game 1, Japan looked solid, and in Game 2, Japan looks dominating.
It's really all about that, and I've had a lot of conversations with the players in our region, just like, what makes a player good? Like, what is it? What's that sauce? And what I've heard consistently time and time again is, yeah, you can lab your combos, you can practice punishes, you can work on your neutral, but it's all about adaptation.
It really
Being able to adapt in-game and in between games, which are 2 different skills. Because one, it's in your inner monologue, your inner game sense of while you're playing, like, stop doing that, do this. And that's a skill. But then you take a breath after your first game, win or lose. Whether it was a nail biter, and what are the takeaways? What happened? What am I changing? And then being able to actually, one thing is to say it, but then execute on it.
Yes,
and
it
like,
is so much.
That's the difference between being a 2-2er and PR.
Right.
And as a terrible player, that's not me saying I can't adapt to save my life. It's just from what I've heard from folks around me who really say that's what really sets apart the players, the good players from the best players.
It's just processing all that information at that speed and being able to apply it in a genuinely, you know, useful and helpful, productive way back.